Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the coin. Look, I've got quite a lot to say today. I really do. I've got quite a lot to say. It's gonna be a bombastic video. It's gonna be a mind-blowing video. You're gonna enjoy this. There's gonna be a lot of truth bombs that's going to be landing today on this particular video. Learn to feed off love and hate because they change their minds on a weekly basis. We're going to come back to this. Look, a lot of our players, they talk a big game, man. They talk a big game like they have done something in their life, like they are something, in this footballing world. So we're going to come back to this because all of these Instagram stories from some of our players, it's starting to annoy me. It may not annoy you. You may come up with a particular comment saying, Miz, why do you care so much? Look, this is my opinion. This is how I feel. You can feel the way you want to feel. But ladies and gentlemen, the story starts from another issue. And this one also irks me a lot. It goes with a certain player called Conor Gallagher, ladies and gentlemen. Lots of news that popped off yesterday. Prior to the match against Club America, there was a lot of news in regards to Conor Gallagher. And some of the news really, it made me think, what is going on with this situation? Some of you may think, oh, this is PR. This is, the club and the hierarchies and the owners trying to save face, and they're trying to put the player under the mud. They're trying to throw the player under the bus. Look, however you want to paint the picture, if you think this is really PR, honestly speaking, I would love to see the player come out publicly on a social media platform and put out a post that all of these reports from these journalists are all nonsense. This is not true. But the player's not doing that. So from that perspective, we have to believe that some of these stories are true. What are some of these stories? Let's get on with it. Gallagher rejected a 2+1 year contract, which would have put him on wages comparable to highest earners in Chelsea midfield. This is coming from David Ornstein. Forget you wanna consider Simon Johnson as a credible reporter. This is actually coming from David Ornstein. And not just David. When this particular news dropped yesterday, obviously we know what's going on with Atletico Madrid. Chelsea have found an agreement with Atletico Madrid to sell Conor Gallagher. It's now really up to Conor Gallagher to find personal terms agreement with Atletico Madrid. And since that news, all of this has dropped, and it's dropping from several journalists. Apparently, as soon as David Ornstein dropped that, a whole heap of journalists dropped the same news within 1 minute or 2 minutes of the whole situation. So, look, Gallagher rejecting 2+1 year contract. Why are you rejecting that? I don't understand what's going on here. And I would love to know how you guys feel about this. And don't just give me the PR nonsense BS now. Because let's assess the situation. Prior to last season, when Pochettino took over, Gallagher was touted to leave the football club. Gallagher was never, ever part of the first team squad until Pochettino came in and he made this guy a superstar. Prior to that, our board, our hierarchies was always looking to sell Gallagher for pure profit. For pure profit. There was rumors about him leaving when it was under Graham Potter, I believe. I'm pretty sure it was under Graham Potter in the January transfer window, where I think Everton came in with a 40 million bid. And he rejected that. No problems. No problems. You've rejected that. And since then, obviously, he's been rumored to leave the football club. Pochettino comes in and he makes him one of the most important players. And no, not having a go at Pochettino. This is a Pochettino type of a player, but now Pochettino is not here. So Gallagher as a player, I understand you want to run down your contract, you want to be a free agent, and then potentially, find the club and get the wages that you really want. But a lot of people say he's blue through and through. He really wants to stay at Chelsea Football Club and fight for it. Then why am I seeing this news? Why is he rejecting a contract, 2+1 year contract? What's so bad about that? And his income is going to be one of the highest earners in the Chelsea, comparable to the highest earners in Chelsea midfield. So let's say Conor Gallagher's at 75k. He gets somewhere close to 150k. Let's say he gets 130, 140, whatever the case is. That's a decent enough wage. Conor Gallagher, we as a fan base, and I know a lot of people are going to give me hate on the comment here. in the comment section. Conor Gallagher, we have to realize, he's a very good player, but he's a limited player as well. The way we want to play under Enzo Maresca is hold the ball a lot more, possession-based. We need players that are going to be good on the ball. Conor Gallagher's best attributes are off the ball. This is why this whole, offer that is looming with Atletico Madrid, it would be the most sensational offer for Conor Gallagher. And I don't get what seems to be the waiting period here. It's a no-brainer for Conor Gallagher to select Atletico Madrid as your next destination. And even more mad, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. Chelsea accepted a bid from Aston Villa in June. Remember when Aston Villa was looking for one of our players on top of Ian Martin, they wanted Conor Gallagher. For Conor Gallagher, that was a club record bid from Villa. However, Gallagher said no. Gallagher's saying no to everything. No to Aston Villa. No to the Chelsea contracts as well. We wanted to keep him. We wanted to give him a contract extension. Now, you may think, okay, that's just a policy to secure his value by giving him 2-year contract plus 1 so that we can then sell him for big money. Whatever the case is, you've rejected the Chelsea contract. You're going to get paid. You had the chance to fight for the club and fight for your position. But now, look, in all honesty, Keenan Dewsbury Hall, from the bits and pieces I've already seen against Club America, there's no spot for Conor Gallagher, ladies and gentlemen. And the matter is quite simple. Club doesn't see any future with Conor Gallagher. And understandable, because his skill set does not fit the manager's philosophy. So Conor Gallagher has to also humble himself and go, do you know what? I don't fit here anymore. Let me move on. And I've got offers from, XYZ clubs, now specifically Atletico Madrid. Let me consider that. If he thinks he wants to just run down the contract, he's not going to play any game for the next 12 months. And that's detrimental. How is that good for a player? You now play for England. How's that going to look if you don't even play any football for the next 12 months? Because he won't if he stays at Chelsea. And are other clubs going to come after him when a particular player hasn't played for 12 months? Sure, he's free, but in what sort of level is he going to be at? Atletico Madrid is a supreme club, man. And I don't understand why Conor Gallagher is not, looking to jump on this ASAP. Let's see, maybe he will, but apparently it needs a lot of convincing. So let me know, ladies and gentlemen, your thoughts. I'm just baffled that he's actually rejected Chelsea offers as well. I don't know what he wants to do. I really don't know what he wants to do. Now, ladies and gentlemen, next issue. As I started the video off, learn to feed off love and hate because they change their minds on a weekly basis. Who's saying this on Instagram story? Well, none other than Noni Madueke. And this was after he corrected his grammar. Initially, this is what he posted. Learn to feed off love and hate because they change their minds about you on a weekly basis. First of all, that the grammar issue here is quite embarrassing, but that's fine. Maybe this is social media lingo, which is okay. My gripe about the whole situation is I've seen too many players in recent times at Chelsea Football Club since the new owners have taken over and we've brought in a lot of these kids. Some of these players, they seem to have this strong Instagram story game, which far exceeds their performance on field. They have a stronger game on social media than on the field. I'm honestly just tired of it. And maybe I'm an old school person. Maybe I come from, the older generation. I rather have my players keep their mouths shut and do all your talking on the field. None of these subliminal messages to send out to the fans and create a divide. I've got no issues with players wanting to mingle with the fans. No problems. But when you're going to send out subliminal message, you better have a good game, You better have a good game. These players, and not just Noni Madueke, Nicholas Jackson, Mudryk, we've seen Wesley Fofana. He's one from Wesley Fofana not that long ago. Goku with a hyperbolic time chamber. I mean, does his brother think he's Goku? Goku was a baller. Do you know what I mean? Like some of these things that our players put out, it is so annoying. It is so off-putting. As I said, if you had a particular game about you, if you had some sort of quality about you that exudes brilliance, then I can understand that you're going out there and showing a little bit of arrogance. No problems. That kind of arrogance is fine. But when you know you have so much flaws in your game, Madueke, Mudryk, Jackson, Wesley Fofana, all of these players, you know you have so much flaws in your game, but you go out there and you act like you've achieved something in life. You've as if you've done something for Chelsea Football Club. This is why I admire players like Cole Palmer so much more. Cole Palmer has actually achieved something. Cole Palmer absolutely ripped it apart last season. He was one of the main players for England. Honestly, probably even carried England in the Euros from the bench. But you don't hear a peep from Cole Palmer. The brother is out there working hard, and he's only hungry to get better and better and better. And then you have people like Noni Madueke putting these subliminal messages, trying to cause divide in the fan base. And I just, look, I've always stated, and there's something about Noni Madueke that's nice. Like, there is a good part about his skill set. He's very good 1v1, but there's so much flaws. We saw yesterday. You can't sit here and actually think that, I've seen so many people on social media say, he had a stupendous game. No, we saw the game. Yes, first half, the latter part of the first half, there were a couple of good chances. In the second half, there was one good chance that he created. But overall, there is so much lacking. So much. And this is not just on him. As I said, people like Mudryk, people like Jackson, same thing. And even people like Enzo Fernandez, I'd even say. Enzo Fernandez recently, with his stupid, idiotic act of going live streaming after Argentina won the Copa America and showing the world what type of songs that they sing. These players they lack common sense. They really lack common sense. But that's just my 2 cents, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know your thoughts, how you feel about this. I know a lot of people will say, what's it to you? Let them, blow off some steam the way. No, this is a stupid way to blow off steam. You want to blow off steam? Perform. And don't act like you are some level of a superstar and you're just getting mistreated. No. Sensible fans will tell you all of these players in the likes of Madueke, Jackson, Mudryk, and many more, you have a lot to prove. Enzo Maresca and Noni Madueke, there was some doubt with Noni, but in the way I like the winger, look, even Enzo Maresca had a doubt. And I'm not surprised that he had a doubt. Enzo Maresca had a doubt about Noni Madueke's profile. Look, Noni Madueke is very good 1v1. But besides that, his one-touch passing, his vision, his final third decision-making, it's not always there. Bits and pieces, you see it every now and then pop up. But on a consistent level, he's very inconsistent. And Enzo Maresca is talking about this. There was some doubt in Noni, but in the way I like the winger, he could be a good profile for us. Most of all, it is just important to compete and have at least 2 options. So it is not you, it can be him, and we have the same level. So look, let's see. Look, my brother, and also the fact that every time we get a penalty, he's always there trying to grab the ball. Like, there are some parts of his attitude I don't like one bit. I really, really dislike some of that stuff that I see. Yesterday, Nkunku was going to take the first penalty. Tosin had to go up to Noni Madueke and let him know that no, Nkunku is going to take that. And we saw the incident last season as well. So, as I said, this was a particular tweet I had earlier a couple of days ago. Brother, enough with these Instagram stories. More Instagram stories than good performances. Your defending against Celtic was laughable. Basic defending was thrown out the window by you. So let's keep the phone away and do the talking on the field. Sick of these Instagram stories. And that was Wesley Fofana. I don't know what message you was trying to send. Brother thinks he's Goku, maybe. Some people are saying, this is a time chamber. I remember watching this episode when I was young, Dragon Ball Z. This is where, Goku was training. Maybe there's an injury. There's no injury with Wesley Fofana. Wesley Fofana really thinks he's Goku. I think that's what it comes down to. And then just a moment ago, I had the tweet out in regards to Noni Madueke. So many of our players have strong Instagram story as if they have achieved so much in their career. They portray as if there's some serious level ballers. Interesting how one who actually has produced a phenomenal season in the likes of Palmer stays quiet and humble. So look, for me, Cole Palmer is a far better role model. And then for the kids that are growing up, yeah, follow in Cole Palmer's footstep, and then you can achieve success. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, some talks in regards to Enzo Maresca. I love it, man. Enzo Maresca, for me, I hope it all goes well for him. I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, it all goes well for him, because he's showing the kind of authority, he's showing the kind of knowledge, and letting the fans know what is going on and what's right, what's wrong. He's taking us on a nice little ride, and I hope it continues this way. So far, so good. Check this out. Maresca on who is pen taker. I've decided, and this is the reason for the first one. Christo took the penalty and Noni was close to taking it, but I told Tosin to tell Noni that Christo has to take the penalty. I'm the guy who decides who shoots the penalty and not the players. I love it. I love that kind of authority, because this is something that was missing when Pochettino was there. If you guys all remember, Poch allowed the players to decide. And then I love the fact that he told Tosin, go out there and tell Noni Madueke, leave the ball and let Christo take that first penalty. And we saw Noni Madueke take the third one, where Christopher Nkunku gave it to Noni Madueke. So I've got no issues if it's the third one. But yeah, if there is a penalty taker, designated penalty taker, then it should be him, and Noni Madueke should be nowhere near the scene. Not just Noni Madueke, Jackson, anywhere else. Anyone else. Cole Palmer, I believe, is the number one. If Cole Palmer's not there and Nkunku's there, then Nkunku's the second one. And I hope these players respect that authority. Next up, more information from Enzo Maresca. What I didn't like against Celtic was held the line very high, even when there was no pressure on the ball. And this is suicide. You can't do that. I love it. I love it. Once again, he's talking tactics. He's talking what was wrong against Celtic. And this is exactly what we saw. We saw the high line, but no press. And then the opposition finding a whole heap of room behind us. And this definitely was rectified against Club America. Higher line, but with press. So once again, kudos and big up to Enzo Maresca to communicate all of this information to the fan base and showing where it went wrong against Celtic, and then obviously showing against Club America that it has been corrected. I love it. I love it. And I hope it continues that way. Even if we do make mistakes, that he's open about it and doesn't just come out in the post-match conference saying the players gave it all. The players gave it all. No. I don't want to hear the players gave it all. Talk from a tactical point of view where things wrong, where things have gone wrong. I don't want our manager to come out once we lose 2 or 3-0, whatever the case is, right, down the track. We potentially will lose like this. I hope we don't. And I don't want our manager to come out and say, the players left everything on the field. It was a good performance. No, tell me where things went wrong. And similarly, when things go right, tell me where things went right. Enzo Maresca and Cole Palmer, I've spoken with him many times. He is not going to play if it does not work. And he laughs about it as well. Look, there's no doubt that Cole Palmer is going to play. But I like the fact that Enzo Maresca is saying, look, if he doesn't fit, then most likely he's not going to be playing. I had Cole 1 year, so I know him. I know he likes a little bit of freedom. But if Cole is what he is now, it's because he learned for 10 to 15 years the way he learned at Man City. I mean, a little bit of subtle message maybe to Cole Palmer that, look, there's a system, there's a style, and you're going to have to abide by it. But at the same time, I'm going to try and give you some freedom as well. So it's not going to be just gun-ho under Pochettino, where it was just you were allowed to do whatever you wanted to do. There's going to be a bit of structure because we want to control games. We don't play a basketball game here. We want to control games. And when we want to control games, we have to stick to a certain philosophy. We have to stick to a certain structure. And that structure may not allow you to be so expressive, but at the same time, the structure will allow you to hone in on your on the skill set that makes you a lethal weapon. So I'm pretty sure Enzo Maresca is not saying here that Cole Palmer is going to be is going to be sort of diminished in terms of his freedom. No, we will try and have a structure that gets the best out of him. However, it's not going to be something that will just dismantle the entire playing unit just to get the best out of Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer could get the best out of himself, no problems, but if it inadvertently affects the entire team where we are exposed, we're not going to do that. And that's how it should be. That's how it exactly should be. What's the point if Cole Palmer scores 2 or 3 goals in a particular match and we ship off 4 or 5 because, structurally we're not set up properly. On and off the ball, for sure, he's a fantastic player. He scored over 20 goals last season. Hopefully he can score the same, but it's not easy for any player to score over 20 one year and do the same the next. What we want from Cole Palmer is try and be himself. So look, I'm pretty sure Cole Palmer, he'll know what to do exactly under Enzo Maresca. He knows Enzo Maresca, and I can't wait to see the combination. I think Cole Palmer, more than goals this season, I think we're going to see a lot more assists from Cole Palmer. So that's going to be quite interesting and hopefully good for us. I'm pretty sure he'll score goals as well. We need goals from him, no doubts about that. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea are also in the market for a right winger, having failed to secure Michael Olise. Oscar Bob is one name appreciated. This is coming from Ben Jacobs. Look, I don't know. I haven't seen Fabrizio Romano or Matt Law or David Ornstein talk about this. Ben Jacobs, as I said, whenever it's transfer stuff, I think he looks at what the fan base are talking about, and then he creates a news out of it. I feel, as you know, Alex Goldberg is one of the ones who's, I think, one of the initial ones that started the Oscar Bob, Oscar Bob hype to Chelsea Football Club. Look, he's a good player. Don't get me wrong. I've seen quite a bit of him last season. I've now seen quite a bit of him in the preseason as well. He's a talented winger, talented player. Man City, they're producing a whole heap of excellent, talented youngsters. And we seem to be wanting all of them. So, look, I've got no issues if he comes to Chelsea Football Club. I think he's a very, very good player. But it's coming from Ben Jacobs, and I don't want to say, too much about this particular rumor right now. Maybe it is just a rumor. Oscar Bob is understood to be content to stay and fight for more minutes at Man City, having previously been labelled as incredible by Pep Guardiola. As you can see, Alex Goldberg is right there in the thick of things. And yeah, of course, Enzo Maresca would know everything about Oscar Bob. Joe Shields would know everything about Oscar Bob, but at the moment, I think that is what it is. It's just a rumor. Until and unless, as I said, the big dogs in the likes of Fabrizio and David Ornstein or even Matt Law talk about it, I don't want to pay any attention to it. But as I said, very good player. Chelsea keep pushing and advancing for Gabriel Mek. Negotiations ongoing after green light from the players' side. So we're going to get this young player. I believe he's 15 or 16 for quite a lot of money. I think 16, 17 million as well. So look, I don't want to say anything bad about players coming from South America because we've done really well. Our owners, our board have really secured some top players. So he's another one of those up and coming top players. So another one that we need to look out for in the Brazilian league. So let's see what happens. A long way to go for Gabriel Mek to make it into Chelsea Football Club. Let's see what else has dropped since we started recording this, ladies and gentlemen. That's it. That's the latest. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content, and comment on everything. Gallagher, comment on those Instagram shenanigans as well, and everything that we spoke about in the comment section. I'd love to know what you guys have to say about it. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya. Goodbye.